Okay, welcome back for some more Old English. I say welcome back, you haven't gone anywhere, but I have. Welcome back for some more Old English, and this time, not just nouns generally, but case, particular aspect of nouns in Old English. I've got some magic words up on the board that correspond to some magic letters on the magic sheet. So, we've had nouns, we've had strong and weak nouns, which break up into masculine and feminine and neuter, and these categories are just different ways of doing different endings for nouns, just like board and boards, ox and oxen, child and children, foot and feet. But down the side on the magic sheet, and hopefully you can see this okay on your copy, if not on mine, we've got these funny letters, N-A-G-D, and that's what I'm going to be unpacking just now. They correspond to a phenomenon known as case. And conceptually, this is where things get a bit tricky for modern English speakers, but it's okay, we'll get through it. N-A-G-D stand for nominative, accusative, genitive, and dative. I suggest you write those down and get to know them. You're going to need these words all the time in dealing with Old English. So pause the video if you need to. We'll deal with nominative and accusative first. They're the more fundamental ones, and we'll get into genitive and dative afterwards. And to talk about these, I'm going to step away from Old English a bit, and I'm going to step away from nouns for a bit, and think about modern English sentences like, I shot him, and he shot me. Hello. How am I going to unpack this? Somewhere, maybe at the back of your mind, you might remember hearing about some grammatical categories called subjects and objects. Or you may not remember. Don't worry, we'll get you through it. Subjects are not like what the sentence is about, not grammatically. Subjects are the things that are doing the verb in a sentence. In the sentence, I shot him, who's doing the verb? Well, not the guy who got shot. I'm doing the shooting. I shot him. I shot. I did the verb. He shot me. Whoa! Okay, he shot. He did the verb. He did the shooting. So, the dude that does the verb is the subject of the sentence. And one of the weird things about modern English is that with the word I and the word he, when it's indicating the subject of the sentence, it has a different form from when it's indicating the object of the sentence, the thing that the verb is done to. I shot him, not I shot he. You just don't say I shot he. It's just not grammatical. So, deep in your head, as a modern English speaker, you're automatically used to changing the form of, in this case, a pronoun, not a noun, but it's close enough, changing the form of a noun to indicate its grammatical function. And the form that a word takes when its function is to be a subject is called a nominative. I'll say that again, and then if you're stuck, pause, listen again. The term subject refers to the function of a word. I is functioning as the subject of the sentence, it's doing the verb, and therefore it takes a particular form, and that form is called a nominative form, corresponding to N on the magic sheet. And the form that a word takes when its function is to be the object of the sentence, the thing that the verb is done to, is called the accusative. I is a nominative form, me is an accusative form. He is a nominative form, him is an accusative form. So we have these concepts of nominative and accusative in modern English. You use them all the time, every day. It's built into your head. You automatically can spot what the subject, what the object of a verb is. And if you're looking at a sentence in English and you're trying to work out what the subject is, it's often quite helpful to just replace nouns with pronouns, and then suddenly it's like, well, I've got to call that one I, because I certainly can't call it me. It falls into place. a difference between modern English and Old English is that nouns can change their form too. In modern English we might say, oh dear, sorry, it's one of my various implausible sentences, dogs shot him. Why were the dogs shooting him? I don't know, but the dog shot him. He shot dogs. Looks the same. The word dogs doesn't change. But in Old English, it could. Just like you'd say, I shot him, he shot me, you could change the form of dogs to indicate whether it was the subject or the object of the sentence, to indicate, and by indicating that you would put its form into the nominative form or the accusative form. And when you look at Baker's magic sheet, you'll be able to kind of look along at various points and see that the nominative and the accusative forms of different nouns are different. Let's look at the strong, feminine, long noun glōf, meaning glove, nominative glōf, accusative glōfa. In the unlikely event that a glove shot him, we would say glōf shot him. If he was shooting a glove, again, don't know quite why he's shooting the glove, but let's give him a go. He shot glōfa. Different form for nominative, subject, thing that's doing the verb, and object, for accusative, object, thing that the verb is done to. Like I say, conceptually, sometimes English speakers find that a bit hard. Stop the video, go back, think it over, that's okay with me. But this is fundamental to how Old English grammar works. Nouns change their form to indicate their grammatical function, to indicate whether they're the subject of a verb or the object of a verb. And they change their forms for a couple of other things too, which I'm going to do in a different video because my memory card is so small. Rock on, see you in a minute.